Welcome, true crime enthusiasts, to a narrative that will cast long shadows across your understanding of the world, a story where the past refuses to fade into the night. This is the tale of Stillwater, a place where every reflection holds a secret, where the water's surface is a gateway to something ancient and malevolent. Stillwater, a small, picturesque village on the edge of a vast, serene lake in Maine, was once known for its tranquility and the beauty of its reflections at sunset. But beneath this calm facade lies a history steeped in mystery and terror, a legacy of disappearances and unexplained phenomena that have left an indelible mark on time itself. The story begins in the early 19th century when settlers first arrived, drawn by the lake's beauty and the promise of solitude. However, they soon learned that Stillwater was not as still as its name suggested. The first signs of trouble came with reports of shadows moving across the lake at night, shapes that didn't belong to any known creature or human. These were dismissed as legends until the disappearances started. In 1845, a series of children vanished without a trace, last seen playing by the lake's edge. Their absence was marked by small items left behind, a doll, a shoe, a book, each near the water, as if they had been preparing to play or had been suddenly called away. The lake was searched repeatedly, but nothing was found. The community whispered about the shadow, an entity believed to dwell beneath the lake's surface, luring souls into its depths. Local folklore began to paint the shadow as not just a physical presence, but a collector of souls, a guardian, or perhaps a prisoner of the lake, waiting for the unwary or the curious. The stories varied. Some said it was the spirit of a wronged settler, others that it was an ancient creature from before human times, angered by the intrusion into its domain. This legend grew with each passing year, but it was in the 1920s that Stillwater became truly infamous. A local artist, Thomas Eldridge, known for his eerily lifelike paintings of the lake, began to capture these shadows in his work. His paintings were not just art but warnings. Each piece showed the lake at different times, with varying light, but always with a dark, humanoid shape lurking in the water's reflection or beneath its surface. His art was both a tribute to the lake's beauty and a warning of its dangers. Eldridge's last painting was of his own reflection in the lake, with the shadow behind him, its arms reaching out. The next day, he too was gone, leaving behind his easel and that final, foreboding canvas. His diary, found later, spoke of an obsession with capturing the true nature of Stillwater, of seeing things in the lake that no one else could or would admit to seeing. He wrote of feeling an irresistible pull to the water, of dreams where he walked into the lake, welcomed by the shadow, suggesting a deeper, psychological connection to the entity. The psychological horror of Stillwater isn't just in the physical disappearances but in the fear of what lies beneath the surface of our own perceptions. The lake became a metaphor for the human psyche, where the calm exterior hides turbulent, unknown depths. The shadow of Stillwater was not just a myth but a manifestation of collective dread, a reminder of the darkness that can dwell in places of beauty. In the 1970s, a group of paranormal investigators, led by Dr. Clara West, came to Stillwater to study these phenomena. They used modern technology to probe the lake's mysteries, sonar, underwater cameras, and psychological profiling of the town's residents. Their findings were chilling. Sonar images showed anomalies, shapes that moved against the current, figures that appeared human but were not. The underwater cameras sometimes captured distortions in the water, as if something was manipulating the light or the very fabric of reality. Drive West's team also experienced personal effects from their investigation. Several reported feeling watched, others claimed to see shadows out of the corner of their eye, even when far from the lake. One investigator, known for his skepticism, left the project early, his last words recorded as, "It's not just in the water, it's in us, in our thoughts, in our fears." This suggested a psychological component to the phenomena, where the fear and stories of generations had perhaps given life to the shadow. The most disturbing aspect was the psychological impact on the residents. Drive West noted a pattern of recurring dreams among those who had lived in Stillwater for generations, dreams where they were walking into the lake, willingly or not, towards a shadow that embraced them. This suggested to her that the shadow was not just a physical entity but a psychological one, perhaps an embodiment of the town's collective subconscious fears, a shared nightmare that had taken on a life of its own. The investigation also uncovered historical documents from the town's early days, diaries, and letters that spoke of similar phenomena, suggesting that the shadow might have been present long before the town was settled. There were mentions of Native American tales of a water spirit that would take those who disrespected the lake or ventured too close with ill intent. The village of Stillwater has since dwindled, with many choosing to leave after their own or their loved ones' brushes with the unknown. Those who remain are either bound by generations of family history or by a morbid fascination with the lake's secrets. The lake itself has become a place of pilgrimage for those interested in the paranormal, each visitor hoping to catch a glimpse of the shadow or perhaps to understand the human mind's capacity for creating its own monsters. In recent years, new technology has been brought to bear on the mystery. Drones with thermal imaging have flown over the lake, capturing what some claim are heat signatures not consistent with the water's natural patterns. Environmental scientists have studied the lake, looking for natural phenomena that might explain the visual and psychological effects, but nothing definitive has been found. The shadow of Stillwater has inspired books, films, and countless theories. Some believe it's a form of mass hysteria, others that it's a unique, natural phenomenon not yet understood by science. There are those who think it's a portal to another dimension, where the laws of physics and psychology intertwine in ways we can't comprehend. As we leave the reflective waters of Stillwater behind, remember, sometimes, the most terrifying monsters are not those we can see but those we imagine, those we project onto the world around us. The shadow beneath Stillwater's surface is a reminder that light casts shadows, and in those shadows, we might find our deepest fears or our darkest secrets. It's a testament to the power of place on the human psyche, where the line between the natural and the supernatural, between reality and myth, can become blurred. Thank you for diving into this shadowy tale with us. Until next time, watch your reflections and sleep well, if you can.